Welcome back, everybody, to the Chart Monkeys weekly show. I am Huda, joined with Henry the Grape. We need to put the grape on there, dude.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's like, just got a ring to it. It's got a ring to it. How you doing, man? It's good to see you. How are you guys out there, too, by the way? Got a spicy week.
I'm like, dude, I'm so excited to do today's show.
You've got a little glow about you today.
Maybe.
I think I know why. I know why.
You kind of know that I have a new arc, right? Not a new persona, but just kind of a new arc. See things for how they are, brutally honest about things, including us and, Kong's, the space in general. And I just feel like I'm not calling it a win. It's not a win. If there was ever any doubt of what anything is anymore, it's just, there shouldn't be. If you have any doubt, you're just not paying attention.
Yeah. Dude, I tell people you're on your villain arc, but it's not that. I'm in the Henry doesn't give a fuck mode is like where you're at. I even talk about it on like other streams. I've talked about you more recently than ever, but it's because you have spicy takes and you're like, I think you're keeping it extra real, which I super enjoy. It'll be fun.
It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
By the way, it's good to see you guys in the chat here. For anybody new tuning in, this is the official CyberKong's weekly show. We're going to drop a couple socials on you to make sure you're following along with, guys. It's Chart Monkeys over on YouTube. The number one spot, though, and if you are over on YouTube, get off. Okay, subscribe, yes, all that. In fact, we're going to probably at some point start getting clips up over on YouTube. I think that's a great spot for them. Home base for the show is over on Twitch. It's Twitch TV/Chart Monkeys. That's where you want to be tuning in. That's where the chat lives right now. No, it's where it lives forever. That's the spot. Follow the CyberKongs. It is the official CyberKong show. So CyberKongs over on X. The legendary Kongs, by the way. The immortal fucking Kongs. God, I love CyberKongs, dude.
I love the way that sounded.
It's right. It just came out. It just flowed through me.
The Immortals.
The immortal CyberKongs.
There might be something to that.
There's something there.
Keep going.
That's kind of it. But the immortal CyberKong, they are, and you are, and as we get into today's chat, guys, market is looking very interesting. Yes. But you know me, I'm an NFT purist. It's like my passion here in crypto. There's so many cool things in crypto, but it's NFTs I love. So while we'll get to the market, we'll talk FOMC and we'll talk rate cuts and we're going to talk ICOs and why I'm so freaking bullish about next year. And I really, really am, guys. I believe it's NFTs that have lit a fire in our souls under our arses, especially this week. I think we got to do some Doodles talk to kick this thing off, right? Major mint. There's when you think of NFTs, you think of the top dogs. You do. Of course, you think of the crazy time where there was 1 million mints and things popping off, going to 1 ETH or 3 ETH overnight, or maybe you think of moonbirds that go to like 20, 30 ETH in, a day or two or whatever, that crazy time. Usually what you think of is things like pudgy penguins. You hear NFTs, you go pudgies, Bored Apes, CyberKongs, Doodles, Azuki. And, maybe you stop there, maybe you go a little further, but you just think of that. It's not often you get one of those kind of projects, teams that's coming out with an NFT collection. You don't see that often. You might get that not even once a year. You might get it, once a cycle. Each one has their time to shoot their shot. And we have the Doodles shooting their shot this week with their secondary collection. In fact, the last of the character mints for Burnt Toast, as he said, he's like, we're not minting. I'm not creating any more characters on chain. I'll create art, but no more characters. So this is the Doodles secondary collection called Doopies. It ain't going well. I will call this a fumble almost at every yard line. We'll get into like the depths of it, but Doodles Doopies is minting here. It is going to be live for another, not even 24 hours, but let's say roughly 24 hours here. And it's only 37% minted out for that first tier. The second tier is only 12% minted out. For so many reasons, that's what we'll get into here. But Henry, how do you say something nice about the Doodles to start? Well, let's do it that way. Say something nice about the Doodles.
Yeah, something nice about the Doodles. So they're a project that I've had respect for. They've had great partnerships in Web 2. I own a Doodle. I don't know if it's a duplicator. I got something from NFT boxes. I don't know what it is. But yeah, they've had major partnerships: McDonald's, Adidas, G-Shock, I think Arizona Iced Tea, Crocs, Universal Studios, Lil Wayne. The list goes on. So, they've been able to stay at the forefront. They had Pharrell as their chief brand officer. Before there was Pudgy Penguins pushing for like the IP play, there was Doodles. They were the ones that raised, and kudos to them, $54 million, I think, on like some wild ass evaluation, $700 million valuation. They raised an absolute metric shit ton back in 21. I think it was like the fall of 21. That was, I feel like, a point where everybody was like, oh my gosh, we are all so early. Look at what can be done. So that's a nice thing that I can say about them. Do I feel like they in any way have been, in most projects haven't, supportive of other projects, or hand reached out to do space? No, none of that. Okay. The PvP stuff is real. I'm not saying they have a duty to do any of that, but yeah, I kind of feel like Doodles was doing pretty good, but spending a shitload of money in the process. I think they were doing good, spending a lot of money. And yeah, let's talk about the mint, man. I mean, this is an epic failure. By the way, for the record, we have had epic failures at Kongs. So it's not like, I don't say this from a position of like, we're awesome, they suck. This is just like, this is what the space is. And let's talk about how they fumbled, right?
Yeah, this is why I ask you that, why I know everybody listening in values your opinion. I do, especially, man, because you're not just asking a guy who's in the space and like likes to collect NFTs or trade NFTs and is a crypto bro, right? That's not who Henry is. Henry is, you guys know, CEO of the CyberKongs, has been there, is on this kind of team that has gone through mints himself. Is those other things too, is a collector, is a trader, but like your perspective on how this is going, and again, we'll get into the hows and the what was done and how maybe it should have been differently. People should pay attention. You're someone who's been in this exact position, and you've seen how hard it can be, and you've seen the things you should and shouldn't do. So again, just to say your opinion on this is something people should be listening to. By the way, I'm dropping a link to the show that you're watching right in the chat, guys. Throw a little love on that tweet there. And if you are watching any of the other places on X or on YouTube, come over to Twitch. Watch over here. Subscribe over there. It's twitch.tv/chartmonkeys. And also, real quick, I pulled up a list of those partnerships that you were rattling off. Very good, dude, by the way. I think you hit all of them. I think you actually got them. I forgot they acquired an animation studio at one point, Golden Wolf. Do you remember that story?
Oh, dude. I had completely forgotten until you just said that.
I did too. I forgot. And to me, that signaled the direction they were going in fully. It really did. And I don't know that we'll get in a Doodle studio here today. Maybe we do. But I really thought they were going to be doing something very special in IP. And maybe that's brewing, but I forgot. That's an Emmy-nominated animation studio. They've done some excellent stuff, and I would love to see that play out somewhere. I would love it.
Do you know, yesterday when I was watching this mint, which was when I say similar, we did a 20K collection minted on Magic Eden back in 2023, August of 23. I felt whatever they were going through. I felt it because we felt it. I know what it's like to think that you have something, even though you are questioning what you have and how the space will react. 2023 was a down year. Comparing it to like right now, it actually was an up year, but yeah. It wasn't a great year. Elementals had
wait. You think when you minted Genkai was worse, better than right now, or worse than right now?
No, at the time it was low for where we had been in 21 or 22, but in hindsight, it was better than where we are right now.
Interesting. I actually think it was harder to mint back then than now.
Well, using CryptoSlam as a great reference, I was looking at September volume of this year. It might have been November, but September volume of 25, it might have been November volume, was like 122 million on ETH. Going back a year ago, I feel like it was 200,000. So we were down from there. And I might be confusing September with November. You go back to 23, I think we were at 350 million in volume. So we were almost 3x in volume from where we were in 25 to where we were in 23. And then you go back to like 21. It was like a billion. It was like a billion.
I was scrolling through this yesterday. It blew my mind because we had a day, not to get off topic, but we had a day, I think Sunday, that might have been our lowest day of sales since like early 2021. It was like, it can't be that, because I remember a day where we had like 3 million sales volume in the thick of the bear market, but we hit like 5 or 6 million sales only on Sunday. So, but yeah.
So, in hindsight, that was a better time. But keep in mind, when we minted, which was either end of July or beginning of August of 23, elementals had dropped in April, May, or June. And that sent the market down, really down. It was a time where everybody was like, well, what's the utility? People didn't, after elementals, after Rugzuki took 2 ETH from willing customers on a 10K collection, everybody wanted to know, like, well, what does it do? And so here we are with Genkai doing an IP play, and it was like, oh my gosh, we literally just went kind of all in on like a 7-2 offsuit. So watching Doodles mint yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what it's like to be Doodles sitting on the war chest they have. I know what it's like to be Doodles looking at the mint progress bar and going, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I know they had to be thinking, oh shit, they completely misread the market. And I think, yeah.
Well, let's set the stage even for how the mint came and what the mechanics were in supply, because then this is where we start getting into why the oh shit, and right. So, and I do want to do some comparisons with Genkai because they're both big collections. So the new Doodles collection is called Doopies. Cute little characters, like art like you would expect, is phenomenal. This was announced only last week, I believe. I think it was the first time we heard that there was even a collection coming. And man, right off the bat, kind of tricky. You guys have felt on X, it's really slow out there. It's really slow out there. Plus, I think a lot of their collectors, it's probably, some ETH bros, it's art collectors. It's a lot of people I think might be away at Art Basel last week, especially. But to point there is it kind of came out of nowhere, and the turnaround, or I guess the heads up you got before mint was a matter of a few days. I want to say it was like 3 days, maybe 5 days at the most. So they announced the collection right off the bat. There's confusion. Wait, what's coming? It's a box. It's what, going to be another, like a studio box where there's some wearables in it? Is that what it is? Or no, it turns out, again, it's a whole secondary collection. I think people were very confused by it. Edition size, remind me, was it 24,000 NFTs? It's 20,000 plus. 25,000. It's a big collection on Solana. So it's like all these new things coming at you all at once. And it's just, I think a lot of people confused throughout. So new collection on Solana coming in a few days, 2 different tiered prices, 1 SOL for the, basic version. They're calling it the collector cube, 3 SOL for the hypercubes, which can contain more rare NFTs in it. So then you got the pricing mismatch, but then you're like, okay, well, I'm a doodle holder. What do I get? Well, OG doodle holders get 1 free claim. Duplicator holders, which is another collection they've done before. I've still never been, I think you were saying this earlier, I've never been totally clear on what that is, what it does, but duplicator holders get also 1 free claim. So you get the same across the board. And that's where we first started seeing some signs that it maybe wasn't looking right, where you could just go buy a duplicator instead of buying an OG doodle and you get the same reward, right? Go buy the duplicator. They did. Yeah, they had to, right? Yeah, they ended up bumping it up to 2 claims per OG doodle because they had to. They got a lot of FUD about that. So nice to see them fix it. But then we get to the mint, and this part shocked me. I didn't even realize. I was doing my morning show, and I'm like, hey, guys, doodle mint's coming today. Can't wait to see how it goes. I go to the Magic Eden site. I'm like, oh, my God, it's live right now. I'm like, it's actually like the mint is now. I go look for the details about when the mint is, and I see, okay, they have a 3-hour window for OG doodles to go claim their NFT starting at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So you have 3-hour window coming off the heels of Art Basel. People don't even know if they're home yet. 3 hours to claim. Then there's like a 1 or 2 hour window for duplicators to claim. And then it goes to whitelist sale. And then it goes to public. And again, all within, 5-ish hours, it gets to the public sale. But again, OG doodles had 3 hours to claim at 8 a.m. on a, was it did this go yesterday?
This was yesterday.
So a Tuesday morning, again, right after Art Basel, And that was it. You have a 3-hour window, not great. And this is what that starts to look like. There's other things too we'll get into as far as the why it's looking like this, but that's the setup. And here they are, man, 37% minted, ending tomorrow. I can't see any way, dude, any way that we see 13,000, 12,500 of these minted, plus 4,400 of the 3 soul boxes. I don't see it. I don't know what they do. What do you do in a scenario like this?
Well, what we had to do, so we had sold out on Ronin, right? We had, I think, 3,000 that were for sale on Ronin, or 6,000. And then the rest were on ETH. We sold out on Ronin fairly quick, within a handful of minutes. We were like the first non-Axie IP to mint over there. So that was kind of destined to do well. But on ETH, I think we climbed to about 7,000 mints, give or take. And then it was like, it might have been a little less than that, actually. And we're like, oh shit. And I remember being on a team call, and we're just like, oh, this isn't good. And so we actually we decided we were leaving the mint window open for another, 2 or 3 hours. And that essentially we were going to be airdropping an additional Genkai to anybody who had minted on ETH. So essentially, we just had to kind of do a 2-for-1, and that was on a 20K collection. So we were able to salvage it in some way, but we didn't have all these mechanics that Doodles did, where you have OG holders. What I had said yesterday, and I think we were even chatting about this, is like, stop the mint, give your holders an opportunity, sort of like how Pudgy's had a wallet connect function. Connect your ETH wallet, submit a Solana wallet, and kill this thing, save face, and airdrop the rest to your holders. Because to your point, I think they kind of did him dirty. And I really did not understand, for a secondary collection to live on Solana, where I know there are tokens there. I get that. But like, you're an ETH native project. Nobody thinks of Solana when they think of Doodles. So I think it was a bit of a stretch to think like, hey, let's give our guys, and I think I might be wrong. I thought I read somebody's post that said like they had to register beforehand.
Dude, exactly right. Okay, so yes, OG Doodles I think had to register on a site, but duplicators actually had to go and register via Discord. So it wasn't even all in the same place. It was it wasn't one size fits all. So just adding to the confusion, and where was that single source of info or single location? You go there, there's all the info, there's how you get ready for it. If you even saw that you had to get ready. Drew Austin tweeted out he didn't even know he had to register. He's like, I have the NFT. Why do I have to register?
Yeah. They should have done a pre-registration, if anything, so they could airdrop it to people, or set up a claim that's open for a week for them, like whatever the case may be. We actually, I think, airdropped to our holders. Like Jens, I think, got 2 each. We airdropped it to them. That's what you're supposed to do. These are your OG supporters. Make it easy for them. It reminds me of a Web 2 company that knows nothing about crypto. Like somebody who's just like, hey, we're a Web 2 brand, we're coming in, and our advisors told us to do this. That's what this whole thing reminded me of, is just off the mark on, literally, you said it, like they fumbled, basically on every possession. Yeah. Everything you could kind of do, you kind of fumbled on. Reward your holders, you fumbled on that. Size of collection, you fumbled on that. What chain you're minting on, I think you fumbled on that personally. I mean, they could make a great thesis for why they went to Solana. Mint price
even too, yeah,
mint price, you fumbled on that. And I think one of the key areas, like to me, that they missed, you didn't, aside from I think Mad Lads, who did you collaborate with? Like, right. You're talking an entire space that has supported you, even though a lot of people have left, a whole space that kind of elevated you to where you're at. And there's nothing, not a single collaboration other than, was there more than Mad Lads?
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that, dude.
You did nothing for the people that have been around supporting you for years.
They collaborated. Now I remember they collaborate. Did you say they did Mad Lads?
I think Mad Lads.
Okay. So they also collaborated with Magic Eden. And I totally forgot about that, right? But yeah, that was the only other collab, I believe. So it was, if you're a Magic Eden staker at a certain level, you get whitelist. I think that was, dude, I didn't even consider they didn't collab with the big projects. By the way, I really love Doodles. I do. I wish I had an OG Doodle. All I have is some of their artwork that they had on, like, Zora or wherever it was minted, some of their base artwork. And I think I have a duplicator somewhere, and I bought some wearables on in the studio thing. And when it was like, when they had that coffee cup at McDonald's, my wife ran out and went hunting for one for me. Like, I like Doodles. I almost bought the cereal box. I just think it's important that people who work in the space, the community, all of us talk about these things, and we talk about what we're doing wrong still years later, so we can get it right as we go forward. Because, NFTs are not going anywhere. But man, how do we keep making the same mistakes?
Well,
why do you think this was so rushed? Like, what do you think actually happened here?
I don't know why it was rushed. I think it was just that part I don't know. I'd be curious to find out. I understand an NFT project's need to have revenue. I get it. I understand it. Like, everybody should understand it. Like, you need revenue, especially, smaller projects need more revenue than bigger projects to some degree. This is a company, and that's what they are. They're a rather large company at this point that raised millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they made millions on royalties, and they sold packs that they made money on. And I'm sure that they had another round before their token. I could be wrong on that. I'm speculating a bit. But to me, I'm just like, I understand you need to make revenue. I also understand you have investors that you need to show, hey, we're an IP company. We can sell shit to people. They care. So I get that. But somebody in the room at the table has to be like, guys, hang on. Look at the market. This market is atrocious. Let's understand the things that work in this market. The things that work in this market are free mints or really, really cheap mints and collection sizes that are much smaller. A 10K collection right now is kind of laughable. 20K is like, who the fuck is literally, who the fuck is telling you this is a good idea? When you went around the room and everybody is like, this is what we're doing, who said yes? And what it shows me is, well, first off, the majority had to say yes, or at least the shot callers. And that should show everybody listening how little they understand about this space. They are not us anymore. They haven't been us. They are not us. And that's fine. If you have turned into an animation studio, if that's the niche that you're in, great. The space showed you how little they fucking care about that.
Man, there's something so interesting there still about, like, why it was rushed, why it was priced when it was, and about the rush job too. It's a terrible market to launch something in. We're not far removed from 1010, and there's nobody has confidence in this market at all. I'm just trying to, like, understand, why would you mint right now at all, other than there's so much we don't know about that team still, where you're saying, they're not part of us or this anymore. There's some kind of disconnect. That's what I'm really wondering about. When they had Austin leave, and I'm trying to think, they had a lot of team members leave recently, at least, past 6 months. I don't know who's left on the team. I don't know how big the team is anymore. I don't know how much money they have left with. And all I can think at this point is maybe they don't have money left. Maybe they needed it. And to me, that's the only thing that explains the rush job. The bad comms tells me they might not have that marketing person they used to have. Like, something big is missing here. Something big.
I only speculating. I know they had to have burned through a lot of what they raised. They had to have. These partnerships with McDonald's and Adidas and G-Shock and all the ones that we listed are not cheap. And like I was saying last night in voice chat, I could be wrong on this, but McDonald's didn't come to Doodles and say, we just think this is the fit for us. That's not how that works. They pay for that stuff more than likely. And over the course of 4 years, they've probably burned through a lot of their cash. Wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to do another raise. And it wouldn't surprise me if, to do another raise, you needed to show that you've got some scalable revenue verticals. And you know what? They still did okay. They made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling JPEGs. I kind of thought the tweet from Burnt Toast about, this is his final collection. You're fucking Burnt Toast, bro. You're not Michelangelo. This isn't Leonardo da Vinci. This isn't Picasso. You're Burnt Toast. I don't know why that's something that people, I could imagine, if Mio went out and was like, this will be my final collection.
Well, that wasn't the spirit of it, though. Just to be like super clear, he's not going to do any more PFPs because people were saying how it's now watered down. There's so many like character or official PFPs in the collection. He said, I'm going to mint more art, but he said no more characters.
Okay. I still like what I'm saying.
I like it too.
I still like it. Sure. Yeah. I just am like, okay, if that was the hey guys, don't worry, I'm not going to dilute anymore, then okay, that is a different story.
Yeah.
So all in all, it was just a massive fumble, and I think it really brings to light what all of this is. I said it to you, I've said it to other people, like the IP play, I think, is such a long play. This space just that's not what this is. This is a casino. Like, and this, you could look at Kongs and be like, well, that's Kongs. So at the beginning of the show where you put us with the other projects, I know that people don't look at us like the way they look at Doodles or, Azuki or Pudgies. I know that. I know realistically how people view Kongs if they know about Kongs. But I think this shows what's left of this space, which is we're not paying $150 for your mint. We're not paying $450. And we're only going to do it if we have the ability to exit or make some money on it. Nobody's doing it to support. Nobody's doing it because they love the art. If people are parting with their hard-earned crypto, it's because they expect to make dividends on it.
Yeah. All right. Here's a question, and then let's move to some other cool stuff in NFTs. I want to review the FWOG collection, and then former Doodles team members, Austin and crew, also have a Solana project coming out, the new Oko or whatever. I never know if I'm saying it right, but it's fucking awesome. We'll kind of compare these two. But here's a question. Okay. Doodles minted this on Solana. They have a whole bunch of stuff on base. Do you think this would have gone differently if it was on base? Because, and I want to mention this too. I've seen multiple projects. I'm very, dialed into like the virtuals ecosystem. Projects that have been migrating from Solana to base because they say the community on Solana is not going to hold your thing. This is not a community of collectors, of supporters. It's the casino. They'll gamble there. But I think base is a different story. I think that's where you find actual collectors. You find people who love ICM. But I think it would have been I think it would have done better on base. And the timing when they just opened up that base Solana bridge could have been interesting too. If the argument is, but the meme coins on Solana, I get that. That makes sense where you want to keep them close. But they also could bridge the token right off with, very, very, very little effort now. So different story on base or no?
Yeah, I bet a little bit. Yeah, I haven't heard that take, and I think it is. Yeah, I think that it could be. You're talking like around a 0.05, 0.06 mint price, give or take, for a secondary collection of 25K. Part of the problem when you're selling these things is the amount that people know is sidelined to be able to dump. When you've got no cost basis in it, it's like, does anybody want to spend, which isn't it crazy what the state of the market is? Like, 0.05 mint for a project like Doodles. You're like, well, yeah, but dude, look at all the sidelined free shit. Like, that's all just going to get floored. But yeah, I think it's fair to think it would have done a little better. I don't think it would have minted out, but I bet it would have done better numbers.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. We'll check back in with that next week. I want to check in with New Oko at some point too. Again, just like I'm very curious how the new wave of NFT mints are going. FWOG we had on Woot 2 weeks ago. Fucking great guy, by the way. Like, great. I've been saying I think that mint was pretty much a masterclass, like from the blind boxes to the reveal of free ETH PFP to the number of free mints you get per whatever, to the teases leading up to reveal, the teases of a token work strategy token. All of it sounded amazing. And there was even a tease, and look, I'm putting words in their mouth, but the way they were teasing that strategy token sounded like they might be sharing fees with holders. That's how I read into it. They said, we're going to do something nobody's seen before. They've tweeted out, and this is B-rated, tweeted out stuff about rewarding those blind box, minters. Again, I go right to, I think they're doing the thing. I think they're going to have token trading fees going to NFT holders. So then we get to mint day or reveal day, and they reveal, and I'm going to put them on screen. Look, they look good. I'm not going to say great. They look good. And we got the Token Works token. We'll get into both of those. The collection right now is sitting at a 0.075 floor. I'm pretty fucking shocked. I think what you're seeing is no, before that, how did you like the reveal? What are you thinking about it?
Yeah, I mean, first off, to your point, Woot's awesome. Great guy. Happy for him. I think, I rate this as an A. Like, I could even say an A plus in some ways. It's a solid A. And in this market, amazing. I think they executed on just about everything perfectly. If there was one comment to make, even though there's a great counter argument to it, I don't think I don't think the strategy token needed to be released that quickly. Maybe wait a little bit, but I do understand post-reveal dump. You want something, you want the flywheel going. They got screwed over a bit on the strategy token where they were having some issues with it. Not that really changed the trajectory of it. All in all, I think they did an awesome job. Like a little disappointed in the art, a little bit. And that's not to dog Woot. I think he's a great artist. I guess to get real particular about it, it wasn't, okay, pause right there.
Yeah.
This is what, and it only just took a random spot for you to pause for me to make a point, which is
even line above too.
Yeah, there weren't enough traits in it for me because everything kind of looks the same. All the backgrounds are pretty much the same. Very few, eye traits, very few head traits.
No mouth traits. All the mouth. That to me, that's a big part of it. All the mouths are the same. There's no noses. There's no different features.
It's not even that it's low effort. I mean, Woot's a great artist. I like a lot of the things he does. I just looked at this and I was like, oh, I like to look at a collection and not be certain whether something is rare or not, because you're just like, oh my gosh, this looks so different than this. When you're just scanning and you're like, oh, something catches your eye, fur, skin, rare trait. This thing, you just scroll, and it's like everything kind of looks the same.
There's something that I like too sometimes where it's just everything looks so good. And this does fit that. Like everything looks great. They all look great. But
and he did. I like the one of ones he did. It just, it's pretty good. Like I can't say it's garbage art. I don't feel like it's garbage art. I just am like, it's okay. And I'm sure he put a lot of effort into it. And I still I'm surprised by the floor price, but also it ran to just about 0.3 pre-reveal, free mint, mint of the year in some ways.
Wow.
I mean, what else has eclipsed it as far as multiples of gains?
GVC.
Was GVC free?
Oh, if you're saying free mint, but it wasn't free. I mean, you could
let's just say it was free.
You can't. You had to get the box. So I don't call it a free mint just because you did the mint on one chain and you got airdropped on another.
Okay, 250 to 1200. Okay, at 0.3. Yeah, I guess. Okay, 250 4x.
I'm from right here, right now, and let me go check. But I'm in for the 12 pack. Let's see.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. At 0.3, so 0.6 if you got two of them for the whale pack. 0.6 would have been like $1,800 give or take on a $250. 7x.
Yeah. At the top, if you got out, or somewhere decent. Where you're at right now is a 2x. Which is pretty awesome. I mean, no fucking complaints here. 2x is phenomenal. Funny enough, when you were given the score and you said, A, even A plus, at first I'm like, wait a second. But I quickly stopped because I'm like, again, if I'm a little let down with the reveal and then the token works thing, that's just part of the thing. I think you credit for everything leading up to it. And also, just because I set expectations so high, that's not his fault either. That's my fault. But I'm with you. I think I'm giving this like a solid B plus or an A as a total thing. I am a little let down that everything is kind of samey here. A little let down with the token and not having utility. I don't like, by the way, that token buys back 1% of fees go to buying back FWOG on Solana. It's just so little. It doesn't move the needle at all, I don't think, on that meme coin. I'm like, man, 1% even going to holders is also not much, but I want to see us move in that direction. I will say this. Very samey. They all look good. If you're looking for something that stands out or maybe that people are going to chase, I think this is obvious now. I was looking for one and didn't pull the trigger. I bought a more rare one because I like them. Find a FWOG with no hat and no hair. Go for the most simple looking one because that looks like classic FWOG, right? And if you scroll here to see, you don't see them show up on the floor much. You did day one, you would see them pretty low, but you know, you go, what's recognizable about FWOG? It's the character, like just kind of naked. And I think that's what you chase. Keep looking. If you're going to trade and look for something undervalued, try to find one that has no hair and his whole face is showing. Find one of those that's priced low.
I was surprised. B rated. Is that?
I think so.
He had put out that, you know, with the strategy that they were basically like kind of never seen before, you know, changing the face of the game. And so then when I saw the 1% to buy back FWOG, I was like, you know, that's fine. That's their rake. But it wasn't something. It didn't move the needle in any way.
No.
But dude, like, I can't even pretend to talk any shit about this project. Like they did a great job on it. What sucks a little bit, kind of like with Doodles, is it's just a recognition of what all of this is. And so, you know, and granted, like, market's not doing great right now with NFTs. I mean, the market itself is looking okay, but like, this is what it is right now.
Yeah.
I see guys in Kongs that are buying 50, 60, you know, 0.0015, you know, NFT mints. And then when they run to like 0.002, everyone's like, oh my God, the floor is up. I'm like, yeah, well, you got to sell like 50 of these things to make $300.
Yep. Yep.
You know, fine. There's nothing wrong with that either, but it's just changed so much, dude. It's a whole different place right now.
Yep. For what it's worth,
I like your FWOG.
Dude, I like this one on the left a lot because at least it captures the shape of his head. So yeah, I like him.
I like the one on the right too.
Yeah, he's not bad. I never saw yours. You got to send me a picture of him. I don't think I saw him. And again, I did go buy one on secondary. And I do think these are actually going to come back and do very well. I think 2026 is going to be really great. I really do. I think 26 is going to be great. I think there's going to be money made, and I think people are going to go and support and have some fun. So I bought one on secondary. I'm looking for something that looks very unique, is well put together, all that shit. I grabbed this guy. I think he's great. I regret it also because of how bad things are right now. I should. Yeah. I
like it.
He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
I should not have bought though. So I regret it. Anyway, I think that collection is going to end up doing well. Reason I think the floor price is where it's at now. Hang on, I know I'm lagging, so I'm going to kill that. The reason, look, a lot of guys minted a lot of boxes. It's people just like cutting losses and some of them realizing profit. I think that collection is going to come back and do decent. I think we'll see it at a quarter ETH or so when things get hot again. I do. So
I hope so.
I think it's interesting.
But nonetheless, it was fun. You know what I mean?
Fun.
It's like fun to have your mind occupied with something cool for, you know, a couple weeks or so.
Dude,
I enjoyed it.
Was really fucking fun. And the part that I was hoping for, I'm going to lean into that. Can we go a little long today? Like a little bit? You good? Okay. Because I do want to, like, the thing I wanted them to do, share revenue, share fees with holders, is the big missing piece. When somebody does that, I think we have like ignition here in NFTs. It's such an obvious thing. This I can tie back into Doodles too. Okay. I talked about this on the morning show. I've talked to you about this. I want to see a project mint a collection, and it probably needs to be an established project minting a secondary collection, or somebody who's already got a name, reputation is big, people would chase the NFT. I want to see somebody mint their entire collection directly into the wallets of supporters, free, and let the market find the floor price, find its value through them. So, like in the Doodles case, I wish they minted all those Doopies to Doodles wallets and say, you go sell them. You go sell them on secondary. Good luck. Have fun. You're welcome. And we'll get royalties and shit, but that's all for you. Imagine the fucking hype we would have seen around a collection doing that.
By the way, someone did that before.
Who did that?
The CyberKongs did that with Baby Kongs.
Baby Kongs, dude. Yes. Dude. Yes.
Right.
And that's it. I talked about that on this morning too. I'm like, exactly that. Let the first ever sale be for through your holders. I think it's brilliant, and I don't know why that's not done all the time now, but that would be electric.
Mio was a legend because he could have sold Baby Kongs. Like, he could have. And it would have been like essentially like the first. I'm trying to think who came out with a secondary collection before CK. I don't think any. I don't know of anybody, because really, before
I don't think so.
Punks and like hash masks. And Mio did not want to grift off the community. The whole idea was put it into the community's hands to release the collection.
Dude.
OG shit.
Flogster's only at a 228K market cap. Again, okay, so here's the thing. So I want to see an NFT collection do what you did with Baby Kongs. I want to see other projects share the royalties, share the fees with holders. This sitting at 228K, nobody would care if people were making some money on it, and it would have been nothing. It would have been so little, but $32,000. Oh, that's volume. That's not even fees. It doesn't matter what the dollar amount is. The potential or the hope that you get a little, money dropped in your wallet every day or every week, this would be forgiven. I hate saying it like that, but I'm just saying nobody would care about the price if you just did a thing that was driven through holders.
Yeah.
This is rough.
Yeah.
This one's rough, dude. Yeah. Okay. Price on the NFTs and price on this signal that people don't like it. Not the art, nothing about the art, nothing about everything before, but they do not like what they saw in the end. And
they don't like anything, because if you can give a project an A or even a B+ on execution, and then within a week that's what it looks like, that is what this is. People first off, dude, we all know 90% of the space has checked out. The 10% that are still here, if it's even 10%, the limited amount of people that are still here participating are way sharper than the majority, because they're still here, right? I shouldn't even say they're way sharper, but they're still here. They're probably a little bit more experienced, and they just know what it is. Everybody's rushing to get out the door as fast as they can with gains.
Yep. And it's just so fucking dead out there too. So you know what? No matter what I'm saying about prices and market cap and all, I think we're going to be looking good. I do pretty soon. I really, really do. Couple other quick points or quick talking points in NFTs. My best bud Beanie, I still love the guy, but saying CryptoPunk's likely the most overvalued asset in the world. He's not even talking just crypto. He's just saying they're fucking overvalued at 100K. And it's like, I agree and I don't agree. I think they're properly valued there. I can also see them trading at $20,000. So I get where he's coming at. I know ultimately he's wrong about punks where he thinks they're a nothing burger now. I don't agree with that. I don't. I do think they're art. I do think they're special. You got a thought there?
Well, I just think it's the Beanie arc. That's what he's doing now. He's yeah, I mean, you could, what are those stupid eggs? Are they Fabergé eggs or what? Do you know what I mean? They're these
nesting dolls, right?
Not nesting dolls. They're eggs that sell for, dude, some of these things are six figures. They're just ornate eggs. I don't know if they're porcelain. Some have gold and jewels on them. In the end, shit's just worth what people are willing to pay for it. It's obviously a very niche market. NFTs are just super, super niche. Yep. So are they overvalued? You can make an argument right now that they are, but that thesis can change in 6 months or a year.
Yep.
So, yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I'm putting this on screen as a tease. We're going to come back to this because I'm stuck, dude. I'm stuck on ownership. I'm stuck on fees, royalties shared with holders. I'm stuck, and Rec Guy is doing it unlike anybody else. That's a big partnership, partnering with X Games. I think we see that play out next year as far as X Games happen. You see Wrecked drinks or Wrecked branding all over everything. Fucking love it. But okay, we'll move on and come back to that. Art Basel over the weekend. Art fucking Basel. But do you want to do an ad real quick? Do you want to do your read?
Oh my gosh, dude, I've been waiting all day.
He's so fucking dialed into this.
Oh my gosh, I have one for you today, unlike no other. Do you like crypto? Do you like bots? Do you like typing things into Discord and hoping magic happens? Introducing TrenchBot, the revolutionary new robot assistant that sits quietly in your Discord server. It's waiting, it's watching, and then bam, charts, tokens, all the info right when you ask. No more scrolling Twitter. No more asking your friend Todd what the price of ETH is. Fuck you, Todd. Todd doesn't know anything. TrenchBot does charts, trades, other stuff that sounds kind of techie. Beep, boop, bop. That's robot talk for buy low, sell high. Sign up today and get a free high five from the bot. Emotionally, not physically. Bots don't have hands. TrenchBot, because if you're going to lose money in crypto, you might as well look professional doing it. Call now. Actually, don't call. It's a bot. Just put that motherfucker in your Discord and let's go.
Man, I have an idea. That was phenomenal, by the way.
Thanks.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
CyberKongs, you should set up a phone number, goes right to voicemail when people get a win, using TrenchBot or just through alpha in your Discord, they call and they get to talk about it. We play it on air.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I don't want the $3 wins. I want like, hey, minimum win of, I don't know, is $100 okay? I feel like $100 is good.
That's fine for now.
Yeah. Anyway, TrenchBot, it's a Discord trading bot, meme coin shitters, etc. It's easy to use. Go to trenchbot.io and up your game.
Fucking love it. Fucking killed, dude. Killed.
Thanks, dude.
Over the weekend, and what I think is leading to things being a little slow. I mean, a little. It's just the season. But Art Basel in Miami was special, dude. Special. I actually felt better about NFTs over the past few days than I have in a few years, and it's because art. It's the one thing that NFTs had, it's a fix for digital artists, right? We know that whole story. At Art Basel, there was and by the way, this is not all digital art. You have like traditional art there, physical art, but you had this, I'm trying to remember the name of it, Zero something, whatever. There was an NFT gallery, 010. It's called 010. And Beeple was there, and Jack Butcher was there, and Dmitry Cherniak was there, and I'm trying to think. I actually think Xcopy. Okay, I thought he was maybe there, but he's anonymous, right? But I was like, I bet you money Xcopy was actually there.
You think so?
Now I don't think he was there. Hang on, I'm going to throw up the screen. I don't, because I saw him tweeting about the World Cup and how, the U.S. is passing some kind of rule that when you come into the country, you need to show 5 years worth of social history, social media. And he's like, okay, I guess I'm not coming to the World Cup. Okay, so that made me realize, okay, he wasn't here for Art Basel. He wasn't. But, dude, Beeple stole the freaking show. Like, dude, ABC covered Beeple. TMZ covered Beeple. The AP covered Beeple. CNN covered Beeple. Everybody talked about Beeple. Funny enough, all over my timeline, and again, from those kind of names, those kind of institutions, because I was doing a show and talking about it, I was looking up Google search trends, nothing. Didn't register. Nobody was looking it up. So while it's exciting to us, and why maybe some people thought it would help power NFTs back up, nobody searched it. That was not something normies were interested in. Other than there, it was shocking to people, and I get why, right? It's wild. Regular Animals is the name of the exhibit or collection. Robots with the faces of Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Picasso, Andy Warhol. He ended up putting out the Kim Jong-un robot as well. Walking around, they have little robots. I'll play a little clip here. They have little robots, little cameras on the robots that snap pictures. I'm going to kill the audio if they even heard it, but okay, there they go. They take pictures. Each of them is trained. This is an AI brain they each have, and they're all trained to, I think, kind of like behave and see an output like that person actually would. So they would take the photo and then render it or export it in the way that they see stuff, which is really cool. So you have, in a way, rarity added into this collection it's spitting out, which is a physical collection, 1,024 physical like photos or prints. And there's also 256 NFTs, which we'll get to that. That was fucking amazing. But again, each one is processed and it looks like it would from that person. Elon Musk spits out like schematics. So takes a picture of the crowd and then puts it out in like a schematic form. It is so fucking cool, man. People waited in line for hours. And if you did that, dude, man, you had the chance to get handed a free Beeple print, and some of them had the NFT. Imagine getting handed the NFT from Beeple, which is a 1/1, by the way. Imagine getting a free fucking Beeple NFT, dude, which people turn around and flip for $30,000. That is the best of NFT. He represents exactly what NFTs are to their fucking core, right? Art that you can timestamp on chain, and art that sometimes, rarely now, but is rare and is valuable. It's Beeple. Beeple sums up NFTs. Fucking amazing thing.
It's awesome. Yeah, like I feel like everything Beeple touches is gold.
Real fucking talk. In fact, I'm going to pull up the collection too, because I think there's an opportunity there. I do. I think the market's going to get nice again, especially art. Nothing's changed my mind about this, by the way. If the market comes back, I don't think it's PFPs. They'll do okay. You've got some wins ahead of you in NFTs, but I think it's art that's still got some room to really fly this cycle. Well, I hate even using cycle now. I think 2026. Regular Animals. Okay. By the way, there's like 75 of them that haven't been claimed still.
Really?
Right? Well, okay, no, my math's way off. But let's say 60.
Okay.
Right? 187 of these are minted. That means, right, it's a 256 edition collection. You have to go and scan the QR code and claim it. There's still a bunch out there. But these are sitting at 5.9 ETH floor. Sorry, but I'm not. There's no world that I think a Beeple 1-1 is going to live at 5 ETH. None. I don't even think they'll live at 10. I don't know. I think in 26, I think if the market gets nice, and I think it does, I think these are going to be 15, 20 ETH, man. Won't be shocked for more too. It's just people, dude. People.
Could we solicit donations from our listeners and we buy one and put it in a DAO, fractionalize it, and create a token strategy for it?
Yes, I love that. Beepster.
Yeah.
Beepster.
Is there a Beepster? There's got to be.
There's not, but there will be at some point, but there's not now. Look at these. These are being weathed for 5.5, 5.75, 4.71. That is fucking insane. If I had 5 ETH, I would be all over this. Like, that's fucking nuts to me, dude.
Yeah, that's
and they, dude, and look at, okay, there's some volume here. I just think that something's going to click. I think this is mostly people are gone and don't know that they're available here. I do not think these are going to live at these prices long. Dude, crazy.
Honestly, if I had 5 ETH sitting around, I'd absolutely buy one.
100 edition people. Exactly right. Politics is bullshit. 100 edition collection. Those still sell for 50 plus ETH. 100 of them, all the same. 256 edition 1-1s at 5, 6, 7 ETH is stupid. 15 or 20 is coming for these. So, and you guys all have a chance to get one free. So I'll just put that out there too. I don't know how yet, but people put out an article just kind of wrapping up what he did, all this stuff. Awesome. And he said he actually kept 10 of the NFTs back. So he's got 10 and he's going to have an online contest for them. So pretty fucking cool. I'll be all over that, but that's coming. And I imagine pretty soon. Man,
I wish I was rich.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I want a Beeple so bad.
Sucks. But move on from Beeple.
I will.
Because I'm just thinking of like, how could I get one?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you one way and I'll yeah. And I have one of these coming. I can't fucking wait. Beeple's got his, what's a diffuse control. It's one of his like statue, exhibit thingies. Fucking this thing. Cool. Yeah, this is IRL at LACMA, the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. There we go. A buddy of mine texted me the other day saying he was there and it was on display and you can go and tweak some parameters and you can actually get a physical print. And I'm like, dude, please get me one. They're $75. I'm like, please get me one and ship it. Please, please, please. And he did. And I'm like, it's only there till like maybe mid-January, and I didn't see tweets about it or anything. So I'm like, this is under the radar. I might get a low edition Beeple print. I don't think it's be worth anything, by the way, but thought it was cool. It got tweeted out now, so now it's official. People really know it's out there, and they're fucking amazing looking. Here's like one output, what they look like. I love it, dude. I'm getting, and they're all going to be different, right? Everybody's going to have their own different version. The base artwork rotates, and you adjust colors and I think one other thing. But yeah, dude, fucking awesome. Love Beeple. And let's stop talking because I'll FOMO into.
Yeah, dude. Beeple. I just don't even have anything I could sell.
Yeah, it's rough, dude. It's rough. Hope we got some wins coming because I think we all things we go buy if we get some wins. But X Copy was there too. The Bubbles collection was cool. 2.3 million NFTs minted at that event. Crazy. 2 million Beeples. Jack Butcher's checkout or what is it?
Seats or whatever.
Yeah, what was the thing called? Whatever. We saw it. It was awesome. Nate Alex fucked with it a little bit. I don't know if you saw.
No.
He did one. He checked out. He spent $1,000 on the receipt, but then you input a tip and he put negative 999 and it took it. So it only charged him the $1. So he got a big long receipt, which is part of the game. Like the more you spend, the longer your receipt. Well, he got a long receipt and he spent $1. And that's very Nate Alex. He's just there to fuck with stuff in a good way. He's a great guy. I love it. Awesome. Do you buy this? Less than 1% owning digital art in a world that lives on screens, basically saying like you're foolish for not thinking NFTs are going to be big.
Oh, dude. I mean, this is the thesis that I still believe in, that the more adoption we have of crypto, we've talked about it, the more people have access to stable coins, without even, I don't want to say without realizing they're stable coins, but like you start to remove the barriers of entry. Like imagine walking a normie through buying something off OpenSea right now, not with a credit card, using crypto. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass. The closer we get to people having custody of stable coins in an easier way, the more people you have access to, the more people may want to take a bet on owning digital assets. I mean, again, I think most of this is slop, but I think some of it has staying power, and that's something I still believe in. I believe in it with Ordinals. Oh, dude, we should talk. Where's Leonidas's number 69 inscription right now?
Yeah. That's a perfect fucking thing to mention. All right, hang on. Let me get that.
So yeah, I think there's still a narrative there for NFTs, but I think everybody, I think this is going to be that oh shit moment for so many people that the Doodles meant like, oh, this isn't exactly what we thought it was. We've known that for a long time in the Kong's ecosystem. We've known what this is. And so I've said, like, we just want to keep the lights on and keep experimenting and trying to do fun stuff, throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks, degen a bit, bring opportunities into the Discord. The crappy thing is in this kind of market, the opportunities are kind of like meh, but it's still a place you can get opportunities. And, if you don't have that, then I guess you're just holding out hope that your project is going to save you through what? I'm not 100% sure. Like, dude, I can't tell you how many conversations I have in Kongs with people that are still just, they're living the 21-22 game. Like, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this. I'm like, yeah, well, if you do that, like, this is what it's going to be. Yep. So I think there's just going to be a bit of a metamorphosis of what this all is. And it may be back to your thesis that you've said for years that like prices just come to more realistic price points. And there can still be a great collectible market here where things sell for $25 to $50 and it's a win because you bought it for $2, but it's not like, oh, I bought it for 50 and I sold it for 10 grand.
Yep. So the value of these things is crazy. What do you think? I got it on the screen here now. This is crazy to me.
That's also because he dropped it to 0.27.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out, boys. Leonidas is listed inscription on Bitcoin NFT number 69, meaning it was the 69th or actually 70th inscription to ever be created on Bitcoin. So, a very early Bitcoin collectible, in a way. How do you feel seeing that? What does that mean for ordinals? Just general thoughts there.
General thoughts are, well, first off, I think the inscription is just completely retarded. So I don't care about the number because the thing attached to it, like if it was a decent inscription and you want to buy into the narrative of early inscriptions, which I flutter on, like there's times where I'm like, no, I see why that can matter. But then when I see people talking about low mint numbers, a 5K collection, you got number 14. I'm like, who fucking cares? It's the same thesis, right? Like it's inscription number 69. I guess I thought it's something we're supposed to care about, but yeah, dude, if there's no market there, who cares?
Yeah. So how about this then? Okay. So first off, if it were a Beeple, it would still be worth something, right? Like to your point, it matters what the actual thing inscribed or the artwork is, matters a lot. And if it's 69, that adds a little something to it. It adds a little something. Does it make it a nothing worth $25,000 because it's inscription 69? Fuck no. And this was initially listed, I want to say probably at 1 Bitcoin or more. And he's having to move it down and down and down. And I'll say this. I don't root for people to lose. I like Leonidas. I'm not rooting for him to not make anything off of this thing. But, and there's a huge but here. I've never liked the low inscription number meta. I have said this since it started. And people were saying sub 100 collection, sub 1,000 edition, or sub 1,000 inscription number, sub 10,000, sub 100. That I've said it doesn't fucking matter. Do not buy something because it's low inscription number. It's icing on the cake. That's all it is. But Leonidas is the guy who drove that narrative. It didn't exist until Leonidas either minted a bunch on Bitcoin that are low numbers or bought them up. And he created that entire narrative that low inscription numbers matter. It was that ord.io site that I think first started categorizing them in that way, sub whatever. And then Magic Eden did it too, because that was just a thing people started saying. That's how it happened. That was his narrative. He made up that narrative, and he knows what he's doing. This is the guy. He used to be called the NFT archaeologist, right? He's done this with crypto skulls and a few other things. He's done this regularly, says that old things matter. And they fucking don't. And we've seen it over and over again. So with that said, him not making retiring kind of stupid money on this, I don't mind. It's kind of poetic how it plays out.
This would have mattered so much more. Like if he didn't need the money. So it's like a couple things. He either needs the money, no problem with that. Like everybody needs money, or his thesis for what Ordinals and his rune are is crumbling, where he's like, okay, I need to take some gains here. I don't know which it is, but if this was a frothy Ordinals market, this would have sold already. Retards would buy. Retards would buy. They'd be like, oh my God, dude, it's inscription 69, of course. But the problem is we have like no liquidity in Ordinals, zero liquidity in runes, barely liquidity in OG NFTs. And so if you can't hang on for when that thesis comes back, which is probably years, then you're parting ways. Dude, it reminds me a little bit of when I sold art blocks for under mint price, and you were telling me now granted, that's a little bit different. It was art blocks. I know that you don't believe in the thesis of early numbers, early inscriptions. There is a thesis there.
I believe in what number one I believe in, but
yeah, there's a thesis there, but it's not in this market. It has to be when you've got all kinds of people buying in, and it's just not right now. There's nobody buying. Yep. So
that I agree.
That it probably sells at what 0.1, 0.15.
This one, you know what I've said? I wouldn't have been shocked if it sold at 1 Bitcoin, and I won't be shocked if it sells at 0.1. Nothing will surprise me with it. And so again, I'm not shocked I wouldn't be shocked if it goes for 0.05. Like, I think it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
The end. I don't. All right, we got a big day. We'll wrap on market coming up here. We'll do bullish, bearish too. But big day, FOMC. This is coming up in an hour and a half, actually. Hour and a half, right? Yeah. We'll see what kind of rate cuts we get today, although I think everybody's on the same page here. We're going to get a 25 basis point cut. The market has priced it in. It most definitely has. The only thing I think that matters that we're still at the edge of our seat waiting to hear is how are they talking about future cuts? How are they talking about the economy, right? And that's it. Dovish versus hawkish is the only thing that moves this market. If there's neither, if we get no sense of anything, I don't know. I think we range here between the upper 80s, lower 90s. Or if we get some dovish talk, dude, we're back up to, I don't know, mid upper 90s, I hope. And if there's more talk about rate cuts coming sooner, like January, and I think that is what we're going to hear very soon, that can start getting us playing with 100K territory again.
We just keep moving the goalposts. Q4 is going to be frothy. Q1 26 is going to be frothy. It's probably going to be Q3. No, everything you're saying sounds sound. I think this government feels like a total mess right now. It just feels like a mess. It looks like a mess. I was listening to Trump earlier today. It was from yesterday, I think, where he was talking about, again, like the bringing people in from shithole countries. And I just listened to it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, things just feel really off. I don't really like it, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, and it adds the uncertainty out there. And I keep saying this too. The tariffs are going to be ruled illegal. That will be another nuclear bomb to go off in this market, because we don't know what that means, good, bad. I mean, not good. It's going to be bad.
Is that the black swan? Well,
no.
Is it bad?
If he has to return all the money, if he gets sued by countries, and what is it? Costco, I think, is suing Trump over, right? So it could be really bad. Yeah.
But doesn't that just bring our costs down if the tariffs are ruled illegal?
Yeah. And so, yes, but I think what's bad is still the uncertainty. It means we have to repay it. Well, if it's been spent, where does it come? It just, I think, adds uncertainty.
Just print it.
And it, probably that simple. To me, it's as crazy as it sounds. We've got government shutdown coming back January, right? We only bought a few months with the end of the government shutdown. January 31st is the next deadline. We may be back to there in literally 6 or 7 weeks here. I have no confidence right now, other than I still think I still think next year should be great. I still think Santa rallies incoming. 25 basis point cut. Hassett, who's going to be the next, we believe, Fed chair, has said there's more coming. There's more. We're probably going to get 2 to 3 rate cuts next year. And there's a little scenario where Trump can remove Jerome Powell if he wants to get real fucking spicy for us. Because his appointment was via an auto pen. That's the thing. He would. So you can't say that it doesn't happen, that it can't happen. I don't know. There's just, interesting when people start talking like this again. CZ saying super cycle. Maybe he was like, maybe. He's like, but yeah, 2026 could be really, really good. Tom Lee also thinking we're at the bottom here. And I'm that guy. I agree with all of them. I do think
my thoughts, which deceive me, make me think that we're at the bottom. Because I know the rational Henry is like, no, there's a thesis here. But the normie one is like, oh, bro, it's rough out there. So it feels bottomish. I'm not saying Bitcoin's bottom, but everything feels like, or we're just heading, or we're just heading to more, or we're heading somewhere really bad.
Right. That's what I feel. If we continue like we are now, the structure right now is bad. Right. And so unless things change fundamentally, it will remain bad and get worse. It worries me. But now you have things like this new crypto index fund. This is like the top 10 cryptos all in a bucket that's going to be traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So normies are getting crazy ways to get exposure to crypto in a way we've never seen before. I think that has to be realized in the market somehow, some way. And I believe in a good way here. Very, very bullish on 26. I still am. It's because of things like that. And like this year, where I think tariffs killed our potential, we had 126K Bitcoin. I think we would have gone way fucking higher if it weren't for tariffs, right? Happening right in April. I'm worried that the same thing happens next year. Good news, big things that actually have market impact, but Trump kills it by doing something stupid. That worries me. We'll see. CFTC launching a crypto pilot program, tokenized collateral. So trade things like stocks and other derivatives, but you can use your crypto as collateral. That's kind of what opens up the market. PNC Bank customers can trade Bitcoin right in their app on the PNC website, basically, or whatever. It's changing, and it's changing fast. And we may get the Clarity Act or another market structure bill still December. And it's sounding likely. Cynthia Loomis saying it might pass within 2 weeks here. Setting us up for an interesting year. And my last point on anything in the market is I think 26 is going to be a wild ICO year. Wild. We're seeing tons now. We saw the wet token that launched on that Jupiter launch pad, a 6X. And it might even be higher now. Monad had that 2X in it. It's sitting pretty much flat right now. But I think the ICO meta, I think, is just starting.
What about Mega ETH? I kind of feel like I've lost track of it because I didn't get in the pre-sale.
People's tokens are tied up. Is it even? This might sound stupid. Is it tradable? Is there any supply out there?
Yeah, dude. This is it. Oh. If it's on the timeline, I'm like, oh, cool. And then if I'm not in it, I'm like, I don't even know.
I think Mega ETH's going to cook. But great example of there are very hot ICOs that have happened and are still going to happen. And when Paul Atkins says ICOs are not under the SEC's purview, that makes me really fucking excited about what we might see next year. Especially so Clarity Act passes. He's talking like that. This I tie into it in a way. It's weird, but hey, we see companies that are IPOing at a 1.5 trillion valuation. I'm not saying we're going to see something like that here, but I'm saying I think we might see some big companies that are worth something launch tokens here in this space, and it's going to get normalized. And I think the opportunities are going to come fast and fucking furious next year. So, any final thoughts on the market, or you want to run to a bullish bearish?
Yeah, bullish bearish, man.
All right, hang on. Let me get us set up here. But by the way, you saw on screen there's a Trump game coming out through the Trump meme coin thing. A gambling app and
play to earn with Trump. Yeah, why not? It's crime's legal. I like it.
Yep. Gaming's fucking back. Any bullish bearish specific ones you wanted to make sure we got? Or I've got a bunch loaded up, so we'll hit those. And if there were others you wanted to,
if you miss any that I think are amazing, I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. I got a few I added in as well. Almost ready. Almost there. And I am gonna say real quick, because I wanted to come back to this. ICO meta, I think next year, I believe it, and Clarity Act passes, and then owning brands, owning equity via NFTs and tokens gets normalized. I think Rec Brands is the blueprint. I do. They've got another big partnership partnering with Aspen Digital. I think Rec Brands is fucking crushing it. I think next year is going to be the year of ICO and also like equity, brand ownership. So we'll see. All right. Do you want to hit the
bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. I saw this one actually. This is great. This is someone needs to hire this fucking guy. Let me hang on. I'm gonna unshare and reshare so we get audio here.
Yeah.
Dude, StreamYard's been brutal lately. Every time you switch screens, it changes the audio share setting.
Not cool.
Not cool. All right. I lied. I have a better way to do it so you don't get echo.
Bullish.
That's me in the corner.
Now we get a copyright strike. Okay, hang on. That probably would have, but this is fucking incredible, dude.
Like, yeah, dude. Incredible.
If that was your job, would you be doing that?
I feel like, yeah, I feel like you got to have some fun in it, get that workout in. But this dude is, I don't know if he's training for something, but
that's my favorite part.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. Like
kind of like when he does it through the water.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Badass. Bullish.
Yeah, incredible, dude.
There it is.
Dude.
There it is. Bullish. Okay, cool. Alex Becker. Don't know if we get a bull here. I do know if we do, it'll be the biggest and also the last. You bullish on that take?
I don't know. You can say anything now and it doesn't matter. So I'm bearish on it because I don't understand how it would be the last, but
right. Yeah. If you believe Bitcoin's going to 1 million, it's not the last. It can't be. It can't be. What do we have here?
This is a bald eagle nest in the snow. Look at this thing protecting its babies. I like bald eagles a lot.
Yeah.
But this thing's just chilling in the snow, and like, I don't know. That's why it's like the country's mascot. It's got all its little birdies there.
It's majestic. Power, draw power.
It's just kind of crazy. These things live out there in the middle of that. Yeah, dinosaurs. I'm bullish on bald eagles. So
with you. Very, very bullish on bald eagles. Mark Zuckerberg, an outspoken critic of man-made climate change, shows off his new $300 million, 287-foot mega yacht powered by 4 gigantic diesel engines. Huh.
I read that this thing burns like 30,000 gallons an hour, something crazy like that. And for these assholes that talk down to us about climate and all the things we need to change and do, it also, by the way, has a boat called the Wingman. I think it's like a $30 million like supply boat that tails it. Not in the picture, but it's when they're off doing their thing, it has a supply boat that is it's not in tow. It rides along with them that stores other boats, toys, maybe a helicopter, and a submarine. And it's fucking wild. I'm bearish on this stuff. I mean, it's a cool yacht, but bearish on rich people telling us changes we need to make while they do shit like this.
Fuck them. Eat the rich or whatever they say, right? Something like that. I love
like
it. Do you got any other favorites you want to make sure we hit?
Dude, do the Alex Karp one.
Is that this guy? Yeah, here he is, right? Yeah. Maniac, dude. I love this guy.
Back to the beginning.
A lot of decisions when we began talking, annoying each other 10 years ago. Hopefully I'm annoying you as much as 10 years ago or more.
By the way, you all know that kid from school, elementary school, that kid who was just like this, couldn't sit still, was a fucking weirdo, right? We all knew one of those.
Do you think he was high or do you think he's just weird?
I know some real weirdos who would they literally do that when they talk. Like I remember being a kid and there was always the fucking weirdest kid who was just like that. I can't tell with him.
Yeah.
When I made this, every decision Palantir made, FDEs, going public.
The rest gets less.
Did you see when he was doing like the push-ups in the chair?
I don't think, was that AI?
No, I think that was real, guys. Was that real?
I assume that was AI. If the push-ups are real, that's insane.
I feel maybe it was fake. I don't know. Bullish on him though. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think it was funny.
Yeah. All right. I brought one or two to the table. Not the ones I sent you. I did have a horse dick one.
Maybe the other one was the LOL one. I don't remember what that is. So if I wrote LOL, it just might have been funny.
Got it. Let's see. Oh, funny enough, that's one I pulled up. So perfect.
Okay.
All right. Hang on. Is that what you had in mind?
It's stupid, but yeah, I don't know if there's audio with it. Can you
Let's
do
give it a try?
Oh my god.
I don't know why it's funny to me.
Is
Just
that a
like
bird? What the fuck is?
it's like a rooster going in with a balloon or something, and then the dogs just just go a little. I don't know. Dogs are funny.
Yeah, Kongish. Yeah, I
Kongish,
like it.
yeah.
Kongish. Let me see. I think one or two from me. I didn't know, but a study's shown that raccoons are showing early signs of domestication.
Oh,
Shorter noses is a sign of domestication. Dude, I wish it were right now. I would love a pet raccoon. Look how fucking cute. I would love a pet raccoon.
shut up.
I can't imagine that's a wild. I mean, it's not a wild one, right? She's raising that or something. But imagine
I
having
mean,
a raccoon
that's
pet.
cute as hell, man.
Yep. Watch when he licks her hand, kind of like.
Oh, but it's a dog.
Isn't that so awesome?
Yeah, I'm bullish on that.
Yeah, I think.
I just want to be our friends.
You can tell. You can totally tell. And I think the final one, unless I'll let you pick if you've got one you want to make sure we hit. Okay.
No.
Final one is look, 6'7" has become so fucking big. I felt it too like a little while back. I said 6'7" is different. 6'7" is gonna become like a let's go. It's gonna be a forever thing. 6'7" is becoming like a fucking not a meme. It's a culture thing. It's so fucking big.
Is this basketball related?
No.
Oh, okay,
Nope.
okay.
Nope. Just in general, the meme itself is getting bigger than a meme. I think that coin actually is pretty fucking great, by the way. The meme coin. Okay. The story here is In-N-Out Burger retired the number 6'7", order number 6'7", because they have all these kids coming into the restaurant and they just wait till somebody gets to that order and they go fucking bonkers. And it's just, it's a nuisance, right? Because people are just trying to get content.
The 6'7" trend that went viral in 2025 may finally be coming to an end. Well, at least at In-N-Out Burger, employees say 7 from interruptions.
I love that.
Dude, it's the best thing about 6'7" is it's like a universal meme. It's like and here's the thing. Most memes, kids are like embarrassed if their parents do it. You know, if there's like a fucking TikTok dance or like it's so fucking cringe if a grown-up does it. 6'7's totally different. The kids love when grown-ups do it. It's the most universal best meme in fucking long time.
There was a women's, I think, NCAA basketball game yesterday, and the score was like 66-30 or something like that. Girls at the free throw line. This particular game was like, I think kids got in free or something like that. She's at the free throw line. She hits it. The score is now 67 to whatever, and the crowd, like the kids are going nuts. And they interviewed the shooter after the game. And she's like, I was so nervous. She's like, I just wanted to make it happen for the kids. And they're just like, the place erupts. The kids are going crazy. Kids with signs in the stands, 6'7". It's funny.
Dude, it's so great.
Do the broth one.
Okay. Broth. Got it. Ooh, well, I see the account name it's from, so I instantly like it. Okay, hang on. Boom and boom. All right.
This guy's at a restaurant.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Well,
just
I'm bullish on it.
I guess just a funny video.
Funny video. I dig it. By the way,
I failed a little bit on the bullish bearish stuff.
It's fine. I think they were good. I think they're pretty damn good. You respect, dude. Bored Apes have their new website up, by the way, guys. So just so you know, there's member exclusive shit. Just Bored Apes doing a thing. I'm like, it's a thing that's happening. But there we go.
Supporting's doing the
You
thing.
guys
I-
should smash
I'm
the
like,
like on the
it's the
show.
thing
I
that's
You
appreciate
got to kill that.
What?
Because you got Twitch up. So it
you
gives
guys
feedback.
smash the like on the
It's the
show.
thing
I
that's
You
appreciate
got to kill that.
right.
What?
What?
You
Doesn't that
got
look
Twitch
cool?
up, so
You
wait.
got- you were
There
getting
you go.
audio feedback.
Whenever you have Twitch up, it does it on mine too. It will play the audio that's playing on Twitch, which is a little bit laggy.
But I have the tab muted, so you can't. I don't. How would it even do it?
I don't know, but it did.
That's fucking weird. Okay,
It's done
well,
that to me
let's go back, but not with the audio. But also the audio's like literally, you know, on Chrome where you can right click and mute a tab.
Yeah, yeah.
It's muted. Okay, what about right now? Same thing. You
Nope.
get an echo? Yeah, weird. You guys did great today, by the way. You liked the show and you retweeted it, and it was fucking awesome. So keep doing that. We'll drop them every week in the chat. But make sure again you come over to Chart Monkeys on twitch.tv/Chart Monkeys. This is home base for the show. So if you're watching anywhere else, come along here. Otherwise, another great fucking episode, Henry. That was fucking fun. Enjoyed it.
Always, dude. Always. Yep. Lots of fun. See you guys next week. All the stuff he said. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your Wednesday. Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
God damn it. FOMC rate cuts. Let's see what happens, baby.
Oh, send it, baby. Send it.
Send it. We'll see you later, guys. Goodbye. I want to play the Kongs anthem, but no. Bye.